All right, guys, 8:42 a.m. on day number 21. That is the 23rd of February. Waking up over here at the Toaster House. You can see their big wall of shoes. There's the shoes that Scout got in whatever the last town was, Silver City, and lasted him 70 miles before they blew out, which is not too good. Yeah, as I said, it's about a 20 till 9 a.m. I think I said 8:40. Been up a couple hours now. Whole kind of hostel is a bit of a hive of activity. Angel is going to be hanging back because he's got a, I don't know what, a debit card or something that's going to be coming here on Monday, theoretically. Half Mile is hanging back. Oh, I didn't mention this yesterday, but a whole big swarm of folks with whom we had been hiking a while ago all caught up to us. So 700 showed up with Scout and Half Mile. Angel wound up taking a hitch in from Davila Ranch last night, 2 nights ago. And then there's Tinker here, who was very sick at Davila Ranch a few days ago, but is now on the mend and hoping to get back on trail tomorrow. And then there is Just Susan. Just Susan is with Grasshopper, who is on trail. Just Susan is resting and recovering after she's just not doing great. I think her leg or ankle or something is a little bunked up. So she's kind of laying low, waiting for Grasshopper. Just Susan and Grasshopper both started the same day as I did. Both had the same shuttle ride to Crazy Cook as I did. And they're both, well, Just Susan is here. Grasshopper's making his way. I think he's probably 40 miles back or so right now. Yeah, so a whole swarm of folks here, which is really, really cool. Cool to see folks again. And I think just about everyone's planning on beating out today, again, except for Just Susan, Tinker, and Angel, who are going to be hanging back for disparate reasons. And then Half Mile has an esports tournament that he's watching. And the rest of us are probably going to be shoving off here in the next 5 or 10 to go get breakfast on the way out of town. So folks are just kind of putting the finishing touches on their packs. I'm making sure that everything's all dialed in and 100%. If they're anything like me, they're doing like 15 different idiot checks to kind of clear themselves out of the space and make sure that they didn't lose or drop or otherwise forget or neglect anything. And yeah, here in the next couple minutes, we'll probably be shoving off, getting down to one of the restaurants in town for some more pie, some breakfast, and then moseying. I think it's going to be a short day today, maybe 16 miles or so. There's a campsite. We're about 85 miles or so from Grants is the next stop, which you would normally kind of look at it and say four plus days into town on the 5th night. But the water's really wonky. I mean, as you might expect. I mean, there's like 20 plus miles between water sources, which is usual, I suppose, at this point, but is still definitely a bummer. What is definitely not a bummer is that the next 2 days are supposed to be cold. As I said, it's almost 8:45 and it's only 44 degrees, which is quite unusual. And I think it's supposed to be this way again tomorrow, about a high of 55 today. And then also not a bummer is that, as you can probably tell, the wind has subsided quite significantly since yesterday. So we're all pretty thrilled to be getting out in what is not like hurricane force winds. But yeah, anyways, I think that's it for the morning check, and I'll be checking in with you guys a little later.
Body hair like you guys.
You don't have body hair like us, huh?
Yeah. I feel cold.
All right, 10:40 in the morning. Gosh dang, 10:40 feels like the afternoon when you're hiking. 10:40 and 45 degrees even. Ooh, it is a slightly breezy, slightly cool morning. But we finished up some breakfast over there at Ohana or something. I think Ohana, one of the 2 restaurants in Pie Town, New Mexico. How was your breakfast, Half Mile?
I love it. I ate 6 eggs.
6 eggs, my man. Yeah, it was a... And what kind of pie did you get? Was it mango and blueberry, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then down there right ahead of us is Scout. And beyond him, hooking a right way down in the distance, you might see Midnight Chocolate down there, who had no patience for waiting around for the rest of us to finish our pies. She got them hiking legs and she wanted to be moving, so. Well, moving we are indeed. 15, 16 miles, whatever, to get to camp. Gonna be a nice kind of lazy morning out of town, and woo! Don't mind telling you, it's a little chilly, but we'll get moving, we'll warm up. I know one way to warm up. Just walk into them mountains, yeah. Yeah. Half mile watching a soccer game. All right, we'll get moving. Alright guys, it is 12:44 and 55.4 degrees here on York Ranch Road. It is, as I said earlier, it is day 21, which of course is a multiple of 7. It means it's time yet again for another weekly health update. So I'm about 6 3/4 mile into the day on what has been, unfortunately, an exceedingly typical New Mexico day with respect to the treadway of the trail. We are on yet another road walk, and it's pretty much, I hate to say it, I know this is a terrible word, kids plug your ears, it is exceedingly boring, just exceedingly boring. So, not technical, not challenging, no extreme topography, just boring. But this is what it is. So anyways, health update. So I think last time we spoke I was reporting that blisters, ankle, and shin, which were all sort of things that I had mentioned on my initial health update, were working their way towards resolution. Happy to report that that trajectory has indeed sustained, and all of those are doing pretty well. I should mention, just as a detail, this, kids, you might actually want to plug your ears for. My left toenail is like just pretty much completely gone. It's like barely hanging on by a tiny little piece of skin. As I reported that first week, I had a blister. I mean, like, I don't even know how you say 1 blister, 2 blisters, 14 blisters, I don't know what, on both of my pinky toes. And among those blisters, all over my pinky toes, were blisters that sort of stretched behind the toenail, from the toenail nail bed all the way up to the tip of the pinky toenail, up to pinky toe, around the sort of main pad of the pinky toe, and all the way just behind the nail itself. Well, luckily the blisters are pretty well resolved, but a casualty of their resolution has been that the toenail is pretty well gone and only held on by the now deflated and dry skin of which had been covering the blister and kind of keeping it closed in. Hold up a sec, we'll let this truck pass. Give him a wave. Hey bud. A wave back, whatever. Alright, we got another truck coming. But yeah, anyway, so that toenail, I mean that toe just in general looks absolutely abysmal. I mean, I'm not even going to share pictures or videos because it is just horrific looking, but as absolutely, I mean, like a zombie foot in a blender, sort of terrible. Okay, cool, that person waves. But aside from that, it feels really good. I mean, it looks a nightmare, but that's just part of the healing process, I guess. And again, the toenail will be gone, if not tonight, probably tomorrow, because it's just kind of flapping. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, blisters, ankles, shins, all feeling pretty good. Body feeling generally pretty good. I'll report, you know, these heavy packs are definitely just kind of stressing my shoulders a little bit, but it's fine. There's a really cool mailbox here on the left. You know, yeah, I mean, generally body's doing good. I mean, holding up, and I don't really feel so much, frankly, like since the boot heel, there's been much challenge. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I mean, the trail's been pretty accommodating, and it's been hot, but not much challenge, which is kind of nice. So, yeah, body's doing good. All right. So, onto gear. You know, the big news out of Pie Town, unfortunately, is that those replacement stays, which Z-Packs had mailed out at the request of my sister, were the wrong size. So, again, I just kind of splintered up the pack with the stays, the shorter stays, the 2 short stays that they had sent. Hey, bud.
Hello.
There's Scout.
Hello.
We usually do health updates on our own, but that's all right. Those 2 short stays, I just kind of splintered them together, and you know, hopefully I'll have some replacement proper size ones waiting for me in Grants in another few days. Aside from that, the gear, I did bust out my Thermarest air mat while in Pie Town. Filled up about 6 inches of water in the tub. Tried to locate the leak, could not locate a leak. So I suppose that indeed what is happening is, I knew this was a possibility, but perhaps the air is just losing pressure over the course of cold nights, so it feels like it's deflating when really there's as much air in there. It's just at a lower pressure in colder temperatures. So I can't tell if that's good news or bad news, because it's not something I can fix and resolve, but it does mean that there isn't a leak in my pad, so whatever, kind of split the difference. Other gear, I did get my 10,000 milliamp battery from my box, which I'd mailed to myself from Lordsburg to Pie Town. So now I am carrying an extra 10,000 milliamp battery pack, but looking forward to potentially retiring that in fairly short order, as I have ordered a solar panel, the same solar panel that Josh and Martin and Midnight Chocolate are all using. So they all love it, and 3 people is enough of an endorsement for me, so I ordered one. Probably won't get it for a couple weeks though. Yeah, I think that's about all I have for gear. I do have new shoes waiting for me in Grants, but frankly the ones I have are holding up great, so I might just grab the ones from Grants and kick them down trail via USPS. Yeah, really, not that much. Oh, one thing I did want to report about health, but I keep neglecting to mention, that's kind of interesting, is that my skin, like around my, particularly on my right thumb, is just splitting from the dry. It's like cracking and splitting, which is exceedingly painful, to be honest, and very difficult to take care of, because I use my hands and my thumbs with just about every step of this trail on my trekking poles. So what I've done now, I'll switch hands, is just kind of covered it up, wrapped it all the heck up with Leukotape, and underneath of that Leukotape is a tiny little patch of gauze, and on that, both that gauze and the split skin is a little bit of Vaseline. So they've been wrapped up like that thumb for, I don't know what, I think this is the 3rd or 4th day, and I'll just leave it wrapped up to Grants, and hopefully, you know, that week or whatever will be enough for it to kind of close up and seal up and re-moisten and be happy again. But just dry weather, that's all it is. Not terminal, kind of painful for sure, but manageable. So that's it. Weekly health update number 3 in the books. All the gear. I will have a bit of a gear shuffle coming up here in Grants, but we'll probably get to that once we're there. Don't want to spoil the surprise. So more road walking until we get to camp. So another 8 miles of this exact thing, or whatever the heck it is. All right, well, we go where the trail takes us, and I'll talk to you guys later. 11:43 p.m. and 60.6 degrees. Today will have been the first day I've left on an insulated garment all day. It did get a little warm at times, but not bad. Just making it to just over the 16-mile threshold that we had for today here to the TLC Ranch. Yes, indeed. This is going to be the first water source since breaking out of Pie Town earlier, and going to be kind of the natural camping spot for all of us today. I think Scout should already be here. I know Midnight is behind me. I know Martin is behind her. I assume Half Mile is someplace back there as well. And I believe that 700 and Topper, who both left this morning as well, made a wrong turn someplace. Okay, I'll read that later. And I'm not sure whether they'll be on their way today or not. You know, they actually took a detour off way back at a fork in the road, and that fork led them off about 90 degrees in the wrong direction. So depending how long it took for them to realize that they were headed the wrong way, it could be a little bit before they get here, but you know, we'll kind of see how that goes. I do want to get in here. We're going to be, as I said, camping tonight, grabbing some water, all that. Probably breaking out early tomorrow. I'll give you a tour of this joint in a couple minutes. Hey, it's Greg. How you doing, Greg? How do I get in here? Oh, the easy way. Oh, well, that's Greg. I saw someone I didn't recognize at first, but since I know this guy, I'll bring you all in right away. All right, let's see. How you doing, Greg? How your feet holding up?
I'm doing pretty good today.
Good. Oh man, this place is awesome.
How about yours?
Oh, well, you know, we're doing great. We're doing great. Is that open in there? Or is that like a home, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
Here's the water. The sign out there says,
Little table.
"Don't bug anybody here."
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't bug anyone. That's fair enough. That is easy to do. All right. Well, then perhaps this building is not necessarily open. Yeah, looks like just a kind of condemned old homestead sort of situation. So yes, that might be about the extent of it then. Maybe not much to tour after all. I like the Christmas lights though, that's pretty neat. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not sure where in the world Scout is after all, but I suppose I'll get comfortable. I'll wind up setting up my tent. And you know what, I don't think I'm going to check back in today just because I'm still 5 days behind on video after running out of juice on the last jump. So I'm going to have to bunk up pretty early and get processing. So I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Alright, y'all, well, I was laying in my tent processing videos, and I heard an outsider voice come through, and then some of the people in the team here talking about beers. And look, it's Star-Lord. What's up, bro?
Another day of living the dream,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. Making dreams come true right here. He brought us a couple beers for the crew here. So what's your deal? You're cruising up to Minnesota?
Yeah, cruising back to Minnesota to go
Wicked.
plant some corn, and then I'm flying back to California to do the PCT.
Oh, that'd be
Finish
cool.
the rest of the PCT, yeah.
Cool. Have you done this trail or no?
Yeah, I did last year.
Oh, cool. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's my favorite trail I've done.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
You did the AT then too.
Yeah, I've done the AT.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
What do we have to look forward to here?
I mean, you got an amazing road walk for the next like 50 miles until Grants.
Pretty much until Colorado,
Grants
right?
is the worst town in New Mexico.
Really?
Probably, it's the worst trail town I've ever been in.
Really? Why?
Yeah, dude, because like everybody's on drugs. It's just like super dingy.
Oh,
like,
really? Like
beating up town. It's like an old railroad yard, you know, like Route 66 goes through
oh,
it.
dang.
Huh?
Like worse than Lord.
Yeah, because at least Lordsburg, I don't know, maybe when I was in Lordsburg, I didn't run into druggies everywhere I was, you know, but like Grants is just a shithole.
And we were all looking forward to zeroing and stuff there.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, but if you're gonna,
there when you went through?
what was that?
Was there a brewery there last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a brewery like
Is the
right when you
brewery
walk
good?
into town. It's all right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nothing like to write home about, but
man.
it is beer.
I was looking forward to Grants.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, man.
But there's a Walmart there, which is super sick, and then the hotel next to the Walmart are like the nice hotels. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them right there. So definitely, if you're gonna stay in the hotel, stay at the one by the Walmart, because the ones that are like in the town or you're gonna have people selling drugs.
Oh,
and
that's
then
what's
going
up.
next to you. You know, it's
Like
just
pay
like
the extra $10 for a nice room.
yeah.
That's good input though,
You'll
man.
know it. You'll know
Yeah.
it. And then then you're next to Walmart too, and there's a Denny's there.
Oh, that's what's up. Moon's over my hammy all day. Let's go. All right, well, cheers. Thanks, Star Lord. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Anytime,
man.
man.
That's cool.